Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, I'm going to show you some example based on component annotation. In the last example or in last session, we discussed about component annotation, we discussed about component scan annotation, and we learned many more concepts about that. In this session, I'm going to show you how we can use the component or component scan annotation in Spring project. So for that, let me quickly go to the Eclipse and let me start creating some project here. So here, what I will do, I'm going to create some Java project. I will, for this example, I'm not going to create any Maven or Gradle project. For this example, what I will do, I will create some simple Java project. So what I will do now, I will just do the right click. I will do the right click here. And after right click, we'll come to the new, then we'll go to Java project, and then we'll write some project name here. So the project name here we can write that is a we can write like spring code component example, okay, and then click on the finish. Now I will add one package as well. So to create the package, go to new and then again come to the package, and here again we can give some package name. So package name com.spring.lab for component. So lab.component, I can say that component. Yeah, there is some type of spelling mistake, let me correct that. So we'll do the refactor of this name. So okay, component, yeah. So now what I will do, I will create some class here. So let me create some class. So I'm going to create the student class here. And inside this class, I'm going to create some constructor and I'm going to create some method. So we'll create some non-parameterized constructor. So we'll write public student. So, and inside this constructor, I'm going to print some message. So to print the message, I can say student constructor get called. So I can write that as well here. Student constructor called some message I can print here. Now I'm going to create one method here. So method name can be anything. It is up to us. I'm going to create the method with some parameters. So public void. Suppose I'm writing method name as student info. I want to display the student information, and I'm passing some parameter here. The parameter is type of string, and then I'm going to print the name. So this name I'll pass at runtime, and then I'm going to print the same. So I can say the student name will be whatever the name will pass from, will pass at runtime. Now what I will do, I will create some more classes. So I'm going to create one configuration file. But before that, since this is not a Maven project or not a Gradle project, we have to add the Spring dependency as well. So for that, what I will do, I will do right click, we'll come to build path. And after that, we'll come to the configure build path. And here we'll go to the class path. And then we'll click on the add external jar. I have downloaded all the jars which is needed to run this example in my local, and from there I'm pointing now. So we'll select all those jars and then I will do apply and close. Now I'm going to create one more class. So the class name will be nothing but configuration class. So you can give any name. For timing, I'm giving the Java config. So the name I can say Java config. You can give any name, there is no problem with that. And here I'm going to use one annotation. So the annotation nothing but configuration. So I just want to inform to Spring, hey Spring, this is my configuration file. Now I want to start my container, or for that I'm going to create the main method or main class. So the main class I can say lab3. Now here I'm going to create the main method. So we'll write main and then we'll print some message as well here. So I can say the message as Spring container started. Okay. Started. So this is the message I'm just going to print, and after that I'm going to create the container. We start the container. So the container name is nothing but application context. And since this example is based on the annotation, we have to create the object with one of their child class. So the uh, child class name is application. Uh, it is annotation config application context. Annotation config and application context. This is the child class name. Now what I will do here, inside this constructor, I'm going to pass some argument value. So the argument value will be same as the configuration file name. So the configuration file name is Java config. I'm going to pass from here. So I can say Java config, Java config.class. Now what I will do, I will run this example. Okay. And once I will run this example, I'm expecting this name will get print. And once this name will get print, along with that, if this class will get instantiated or if the object for this class will get created, then this constructor will get called. And once this constructor will get called, the message from this constructor will also get printed. So let me run this example and let me show you this both message getting printed or not. So now if I run this example, you can able to see only one line of the message will print, and the message is nothing but string container started. Might be you can ask why this class is not getting instantiated or why the object for this class has not been created. I can say that you are not writing any bin definition for this class inside the configuration file, and even the concept which we learned in the last session, that was the component annotation, even you are not using that also on top of this class. Until unless you will not use the component annotation or you will not provide the bin definition, the Spring will not able to instantiate this class or then are not able to create the object for this class. Okay, then I'm saying, okay, let me use the annotation. I do not want to write bin definition. I want to go with the annotation, and the annotation is name as component. Now, if this component annotation will be there, once I run my project, once the container will scan some package, and if they will find any class is with at that component annotation, then immediately internally they will try to create the object for this class or they will try to instantiate this class. Now let me run this example. Now I have the annotation component. Let me show you if I'm able to print the message from the constructor or not, or still the class is getting instantiated or not. If I run again, you can see only one line of the message is printing and the message is nothing but string container started. Now we'll come to this class. Now might be you can ask, now I have the component as well, but why this is still not getting instantiated? Why the object has not been created? I can say that it should get created, but still you have not mentioned any information about which package Spring has to scan. Until unless you're not informed to Spring, hey Spring, you have to scan this specific package, Spring will not perform any action. So now we have to inform to Spring, hey Spring, please scan my package and I have to provide the package name. Now how we can do that? For that, we have to come to this configuration file, and inside this configuration file, you have to use one annotation. The annotation name is nothing but component scan. So I'm saying scan, what we need to scan? We have to provide some package name. So for that, here there's a concept of base package. We'll mention the base package and we'll provide the package name. So right now, my package name is com.spring.lab.component. I'm going to write this. Now you can see I have given the package information as well. And for that, I'm using the component scan. And even on my class, I'm using the component annotation as well. So now if I'll run this program, and once container will get started, so the container will come to this configuration file. And once the container will come here, they can see, hey, I am not able to find any bin definition, but I can see you are using one component scan annotation. So let me check, is there any beans or is there any class inside this package annotated with at that component or at that service or repository or controller or dash controller. If they will find, if Spring will find any of the class, they are using this annotation, then immediately they will instantiate that class or they will create the object for that class. In our case, we have one class, the class name is student, and this class is annotated with at that component. Now, once I will run this example, once I run my main method, what will happen? This class will get instantiated or the object for this class will get created or one bin will get registered the container. And once that will, this thing will be happen, this constructor will get called and this constructor will get called, this message will get printed. So let me quickly run this example and let me show you. So you can see here, I can able to print both message. And since this message is Spring constructor called, this is the message printing from the student.java. It means that now the object for this class has been instantiated. Now, if you have more than one package, what you can do, you can come here and you can provide the second package name as well, separated by comma, and you can write the second package name as well, and then it will scan all other packages, whatever the name you will mention here. Now every bin by default they will assign one name. So okay. So before that, let me come to this main class. Now I want to access the bin. Whatever the bin has been get created, now I want to access that bin. How we can do that? So even I discussed in several example, if you want to get bin from the container, for that you have to call one method. The method name is nothing but get bin, and we have to pass which component or which bin you want to, for which bin you want to get the object. So you have to pass either ID name, ID, or you have to pass the class name or component name. Then only you can be able to get that object for that component or for that class. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the bins for the student. I'm writing student is equal to, we can write this get bin is available inside the container application context. So I'm going to call this get bin on the ctex. So ctex dot get bin, and now here get bin, and now here we have to pass the component name. So what component? What is the component name? That component name is nothing but student. So student dot class. Student dot class. Now, if you are passing this one, now we can able to call the method which is available inside the student class as well. So inside the student class, the method which is there, the method name is nothing but student info, and I'm going to pass the student information. So I can say the student information as a Atul. So I'm passing this name. Now, once I run my program, you can see all the message will get printed here. All the message will get printed here. So now you can see student information message also printing, student constructor is also printing, and string container also started. So now I can able to see we can able to print each and every message. Now there is one more concept. Now the question is how we can assign the name for the component. Okay. So by default, whenever the component is getting registered with container, then the container is going to assign one default name for that component. And the default name is nothing but the class name itself, but with a small letter. What I mean to say, so here if I have this is the class name or this is the component, so corresponding to that, they will assign one name. The container will assign one name for this bin, and the name is nothing but student. If you want to overwrite this name, if you want to overwrite, you can pass any name, there is no problem. So if you want to pass the bin name as st, that also fine. And now if you want to get the bin based on this component name, you can do that. So again, if you want to get the bin based on this name, what I can do, so we'll come to this lab3.java, and here again what I will do, I will write student and say student2, okay, and then we'll write ctex.getBin. And what is the bin name now? So bin name now is nothing but st. So we'll pass that, and the return type for this getBin method is object. I have to do the typecasting in the student, so I'm going to do that as well. Now if I run, now if I run, let me call the student information method again. So student2 dot, I can call the student info, and this time I'll pass some other name. So I'm saying the name as a Raju. Okay. Now let me run this example again, and let me show you. Now it will print Atul and Raju both. Let me show you that. So you can see student name is Atul and student name is Raju. Suppose if you do any mistake, suppose you are passing some other name st2, and suppose there is no bin in the container with name st2, then in that case we'll get the exception saying that no such bin definition exception. Let me show you that as well. So you can see here I'm getting no such bin definition exception, no bin name st2 available. So there are two ways to get the bin. Either you can pass the component name itself, or if you have used any name for that component, like here I'm using the st, then you can pass the same name inside the get bin and you can get the object for that. So this was all about how we can use the component and how we can use the component scan. In the next class, we'll see how we can use the auto add.